easier. So I was actually supposed to share my testimony alongside Tim Staples back in April, but I continuously pushed it back because I honestly had no idea how to begin and where to begin, and sharing my life is uncomfortable territory that I did not wish to tread. Alas, a life testimony is not a life testimony without anecdotes. So, chapter 1, the beginning. I always thought I knew Jesus. Yeah, you know, the guy who died on the cross for my sins. Yep, John 3:16. Little did I know I was only going through the motions. Church every Sunday, praise, listen to the message, pray, lunchtime, then it's just time to go home. It was merely a schedule I followed without exactly knowing why. It was just something I had to do. Then in 2012, I attended an HBF retreat in Maryland. During prayer, one of the nights, tears streamed down my face for unknown reasons. Once empty words like grace, mercy, and forgiveness were filled with meaning. And that was my very first spiritual high. Chapter 2, the highs and the lows. Before I go on, you must know something about me. I'm an extremely emotional being. This characteristic goes hand in hand with the fact that my spiritual life has always been unstable. Constant spiritual highs during retreats, praise nights, etc., and the following week or so, followed by lows and indifference to the word that had been so loud and clear only weeks before. I hit another high at the Puerto Rico mission trip in the summer of 2012, but in a matter of days I had forgotten to be grateful for properly functioning toilets and comfort. The next couple of years have been an ongoing cycle of highs and lows, and my spirituality was consistently determined and defined by the church events I attended. Chapter 3, the realization. I attended Ecclesia, a different kind of retreat held at Promise Church. It was different because we had no sense of time. Our phones and technology were taken away and there were zero talks to be found anywhere. The retreat is almost entirely run by high schoolers. It was new and refreshing. Prayers were also really intense. Kids around my age were on their knees crying out loudly and many prayed in tongue. During one peculiar prayer time, I was crying when suddenly I stopped my tears and questioned myself. Why am I crying? Why is it that I can stop my tears instantly? That is when I reached an epiphany. I was caught in the moment, like I always was. I was putting on an act during the heat of the moment, and I had gotten so good at it that even I, myself, had failed to recognize that my emotions were insincere. Chapter 4, Limbo. I scolded myself and I ended up feeling lost. I fell into limbo. I was once again just going through the motions. I found myself falling into pits of depression, but I had it well with fake smiles and a facade. I was easily angered by those closest to me, especially my family. Our ideals would clash and I even ran away from home. I quote ran away because I would escape to my close friend's house who lives across the street from me. So my mom would always know where to find me. While experiencing one of my lows, self-harm and suicide seemed appealing. I always found such acts absolutely appalling and thought they were measures I would never consider. However, I even searched for the most painless way to end my own life. I obviously never built up the courage to actually attempt it, and I'm thankful for that. I'm too easily affected by my surrounding environment, and I'm working towards fixing that. Chapter 5, the struggle for stability / the world versus the kingdom of heaven. I knew I had to pray every day and read the Bible every day, but I could never bring myself to have the heart to do it consistently. I kept one foot in the world because I was and still am attracted to the things it has to offer. God is calling me to Him, but I'm easily distracted. Sometimes I convince myself that I may have more freedom if I were not Christian. My weekends would be free, and I could socialize at parties and commit sin without feeling conviction. I oftentimes forget how much more the kingdom of heaven has to offer over the world. When I witness friends getting drunk at parties and taking in alcohol and drugs for social reasons and see close friends falling into temptation, I feel disappointed, unable, utterly useless, and hopeless. When they see one night of fun, I see reckless abandon for virtually no ultimate purpose. They see the phrase YOLO, you only live once, but I see time that could be better spent without wasting yourself away. Despite the fun I miss out on, I know there are greater things that God has to offer. So, as As I move on to the next chapter of my life, I hope that I will remain in God. I want to take the summer to plant good habits of daily quiet time and prayer so that those habits will continue on for the next 4 years in college as well as the rest of my life. I really believe God speaks to me through His words. His words hit home and relate to my difficult situations. I'd like to end with a verse that really speaks volumes to me. Ephesians 2:6-7 reads, "And God raised us up with Christ and seated us with Him in the heavenly realms in Christ Jesus, in order that in the coming ages He might show the incomparable riches of His grace, expressed in His kindness to us in Christ Jesus." Thank you.